What makes a good school? The campus, the students, the facilities, the curriculum, all can definitely help. But the one thing that you have to get right are the teachers. And as I stated in my last video, by the end of the 90s, GMIS definitely had possibly the strongest faculty in Jakarta. Primarily Indian teachers. In fact, I was the only Westerner for about 80% of my time in GMIS. There were Filipinos, very talented, exceedingly talented, and there were obviously Indonesian teachers, generally in music and sport, and of course teaching Indonesian. We had an Indonesian French teacher also. But primarily Indian teachers. And of course, as with all schools, we had good and bad. But I would definitely state that we had primarily very strong teachers, at least into the end of the 90s. Why? Well, one of the reasons was GMIS was very competitive on price at the time. An Indian teacher, for example, would get not only a reasonably better wage than in India at the time, but also get the chance, and this was important, for their children to have an international education. Many Indonesian teachers, even up to now, will sacrifice the price to get their kids into an international setting. And I think that's quite clever. The Filipinos, as I say, were exceedingly artistic on the whole. Usually they cover things like maths and science, the Indonesians. But on the whole, the bottom line was the teachers were one of the huge strengths of GMIS Jakarta. I can't speak for it now, but I would be very surprised if it had managed to keep that extraordinary value for money. Because remember, you can say, oh, that's a good school, but once you lose your best teachers, it all of a sudden becomes an okay school, same at a university. So a school is only as good as its teachers, and at one time, GMIS, I promise you, had some of the best. Thanks for listening.